I am Missouri Run, and today I will be attempting to do a drawing stream. See how long my tablet can last, or see if we can finish the project first. I am doing a custom piece of the Batman Who Laughs for my friend V. He's actually here with us today.
Hello.
I realize I forgot to put the music on, so I will go with that right now.
Okay, now I can see the chat room. Okay. I couldn't see it before because I am bad at computering, but now
Uh,
I am better at computering.
well, there is a little bit of a delay too.
Oh, good.
Music.
You lost the creeps, you lost the sweeps, and you lost beeps. It was beeps, creeps, and sweeps, and Spaceballs. I'll work on my jokes later. Which, of course, are easy because we're talking about a person who is personified half Joker, half Batman, which is all the way terrifying.
So, like, how does this character exist?
So, the whole thing about the DCU is on multiple occasions they have admitted to having a multiverse. There's a couple of characters who personify the multiverse, and a couple of characters who basically exist strictly because the multiverse has to be. So, meaning that in any given Earth, there's a bunch of Batman, there's a bunch of Superman, a bunch of Green Lanterns, and things of that nature. You have villains and heroes who all have different versions. The only person I think who doesn't count for this is Darkseid, because Darkseid's real form is in another dimension, and everything we see is just bits and pieces of him. So, this is a version of Bruce Wayne. This version of Bruce Wayne did one thing different and turned into this monstrosity because he decided the best thing to do that day was to kill the Joker. Now we'll get to that in a bit because if you hear why he killed the Joker, it makes entire sense what he did and why. Because you would have killed him too. So I think we'll start off with that though. So in this version of the multiverse, Joker actually had Batman dead to rights. Like he had him wrapped up in chains, and he was describing how like he knew Batman's secret, which for most part Joker knows who Batman is. He just chooses not to do anything with it because he's having too much fun with the game. So he said, "I've been trying for years to get you to break, and you haven't done it. But then I realize I need to break you the only way you can." So he has two of his goons walk up with a little girl. And that's when Bruce realized where they are. They're in Crime Alley. And then he brings up the little girl's parents. And he shoots the parents dead in front of the little girl's eyes and sprays her with Joker toxin, recreating the exact thing that made Batman. And he says, "So, we're going to flip a coin, see how many Jokers or Batmans we can make today." As Bruce looks down the alley and the Joker goons have families, just families after families, all there, a child and two parents, and each one of them, he just shoots the parents, sprays the kid, shoots the parents, sprays the kid. Batman is begging him to fucking stop. And Joker says, "No, I'm not going to stop. I'm never going to stop. Because the only way you can stop me is if you fucking kill me." And Batman did it. Killed him in a fit of rage.
So then he slowly kind of descends into madness, kind of thing.
Because the Joker's last joke in that reality is to make sure that if he was ever killed, the Joker toxin from his death gas would infect whoever did it, creating a new Joker.
Oh,
So now Batman realizes what's happening and he starts going crazy. He starts thinking like the Joker, but he's thinking like the Joker with the mind of Batman, which is a dangerous thing in altogether because Batman's always been one of the more dangerous heroes because he spends most of his time, planning how to take out all his friends and family. Because, like, what's more dangerous than someone unchecked who has power like that? I can't let such a thing happen, so he plans for these things. So he starts losing his mind. The first thing he does is he calls his entire family back. That means my Robin, Tim Drake, which is personal favorite, but we'll get to that later because I swear I will fight on this hill and die any day of the week. So you have Tim Drake who shows back up, you have Nightwing who shows back up, Barbara Gordon who's currently Batgirl, and Red Hood. They all show back up. And they're like, "So what's the problem, Bruce?" And he's like, "I've been infected by Joker toxin. I don't know how long I can hold it off, and I'm slowly losing my mind." And of course, his family is there to help him. His family's like, "No, Bruce, we're not going to let you fall like that. We have your back. We'll do what we have to make you safe. We'll get you in a prison right now." He's like, "Yeah, you're my family. I trust you. You guys should be the first one to know something's wrong with me, which is the problem." What? You'd be the first one to know something's wrong with me. You'd tell all the others. I can't let that happen. So he turns and guns down his own family with bullets specially made to go through his bat suits.
Oh.
And that's the start. And one of the reasons why this character kind of speaks to like some of the things that I agree with is because I actually agree with Joker's one bad day theory, but for a different reason. The whole reason Batman is a dangerous person isn't because of what he is, it's what he stands for. He stands for the choice that we all have to make every day, which is you can take the bad in the world and turn it into something worse. You could take that bad day and turn it into I hate the world and the world owes me one, like the Joker did. Or you can do what Batman does and do never again will I let this happen to anyone else, and I'll do whatever it has to happen. Bad bad days and bad situations make great people. You just have to be able to accept the greatness. So that's why Batman's always been like a personal favorite of mine and my dad's because like, you live enough bad days, you hope that you have the strength to go up and wake up the next day and do what's best for people. And sometimes what's best for people is like being an asshole and planning how to kill them. You just hope to God that the one thing that doesn't happen is you go insane and start doing your contingency plans because you can and not because they're needed. So that's what makes the Batman Who Laughs so dangerous. Joker's chaos, Joker's like only power that they really give him is super sanity. Like it's kind of the Deadpool s feel where Joker's so sane that he realizes he's in the comic, which is why he calls everything a fucking joke. So that aspect plus Batman's contingency plans makes him so dangerous. And like the way he took care of his entire world is why he's so feared. Like, for instance, when it came to killing the Justice League, he made it so easy. When he knew that he was going to do what he did, he went to the Justice League and he took out Martian Manhunter, took out the Flash, took out Diana, took out all of them with like weapons and armory that had been locked in the tower for years, mostly because Batman kept wanting to lock them up there, figure out how they worked and how they were useful. So he used all of them on them and then called Superman for help. So when Superman arrived, he started choking on the air that he had pumped full of kryptonite. But that's not how he killed Superman. He just wanted to weaken him enough so he could do his real plan. He drugged Superman into a room and then opened the door. And in the room was his son, John L., because Superman has a kid. he's a half Kryptonian kid, and it was also his wife, Lois. So Superman's looking at them, and he says, "See, Superman, I was curious because that big bravado you always have about how the heroes will win and save the day. It's not the heroes are going to win. Batman always wins. But let's put this to the test. Let's see how well of a hero you are. I have right in my hand here a piece of black kryptonite. Black kryptonite I have altered a little bit. Let's see what happens." And Superman looks at him, blood spewing from his eyes, and he's pleading with him and saying, "Please, Bruce, you don't have to do this." He's like, "I know I don't. Catch."
Oh.
So the thing that Black Kryptonite does, which it got added to the DCU not that long ago, it got added when Smallville, if you remember that show.
I do remember of it. I didn't really watch much of
Black Kryptonite first appeared in Smallville, and the basic premise for Black Kryptonite was it took your good and evil side and separated it. It got altered in the comic books to make it so that your morality gets skewed. So, Batman had apparently altered this kryptonite so that it would basically turn Superman insane or any Kryptonian. So, he threw it in there. Superman goes insane. John-El goes insane, and they rip Lois apart before fighting each other to the death. And then he keeps John-El as a pet. This is the level of dark depravity that this character brings. And he did this to the entire world. Every contingency, every like if something bad was to happen moment, he used his knowledge to destroy his world with a fucking smile on his face. He's probably, like I said, the most terrifying villain the DCU has made in a long time. Because not only do you get that feeling of like a villain that you just can't stop, he's always one step ahead of you. He's always faster to you. He's always just like by the time you think you're doing the thing that you need to do to stop him, he's already there like, "Oh, hey, you're finally doing this. I was wondering when you would get around to it."
so I haven't actually heard of like many villains that are like this like dark. So
It all happened thanks to DC going with a bat metal thing, which has a bit of a problem. And I was going to get to that because it has basically this entire universe is being pulled together, the dark universes, by one particular person who is, I do believe, named Barbarossa. So, Barbarossa is pulling all these dark versions of together to make a team called the Dark Metal. And they're using different types of metal in the universes to come together and basically destroy all the multiverse. The Batman Who Laughs. Oh, wait, what?
I took it the Discord streaming off because my computer's starting to slow down.
Ah, okay. But you can still hear me and they can still hear
Yes.
me. Okay, cool. So the Batman Who Laughs became basically the first recruit and the recruiter for this team. And this team consisted of basically a bunch of versions of Bruce Wayne that went off the deep end some way, shape, or form and did terrible things. To the point of it actually makes you start wondering whether or not our Bruce Wayne is the anomaly where he stays a good person. So, and they're all like slightly small changes, things that you could actually see Batman pulling off. Like one of the easiest ones happened was what they call the Grim Knight. The Grim Knight is Batman. Again, parents get killed in the alleyway, right? The only slight change to this one is Joe Chill stumble. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Joe Chill killed Batman's parents. I mean, if you don't know that, then you're watching the wrong stream right now. I do apologize, fans. But Joe Chill killed Batman's parents. But in this universe, he stumbled before he got out of the alley and dropped the gun. So Batman picks up the gun and shoots Joe Chill dead. And that feeling, that turned it from aversion to guns to this is how I destroy the evil in the world. And he basically turns himself into a fucking commando. Like, he goes through all the training and stuff like that, but instead of the bat coming through the window and him saying, I will have the fear, he fucking shoots the bat. This also means that whenever a villain showed up, he killed that villain. He just basically became the Punisher. So in this universe, his greatest enemy was Jim Gordon. So Jim Gordon started trying to take him down. The thing is, he was trying to take down Batman without learning that his name was Bruce Wayne, which means he kept using Wayne Tech to try and take him down. And of course, Batman had all of Wayne Tech already hacked. So he would basically rain blimps from the sky, just decimating the city. He killed entire troops of cops by just flipping a switch in their body armors. It was a massacre. This guy is on the team. There's another version of Batman who his Superman went rogue and he tried to stop him. He tried and he lost an arm trying. So Superman's about to kill him and he pulls out his contingency. He has the Doomsday virus, which is the same thing that makes Doomsday. And he injects himself and he becomes the Destroyer, just as strong as Doomsday with the mind of Batman. And it just makes him go slightly crazy. And he starts beating the hell out of Superman. And then he beats the hell out of everyone. And then he kills everything on this planet. Now, the dark dimensions are getting destroyed. So every time the Batman Who Laughs gets to a new one, thanks to Barbarossa, he basically just has to recruit that Batman. So he walked up to the Devastator, which is how the Doomsday Batman calls himself now. And he's like, hey, I like what you've done with the place. Joker, I thought I killed you. Oh no, you killed something else. I'm actually you. Now, here's the problem. This universe is going to get destroyed in a few seconds, and I wanted to see if you wanted to come with me for a little trip. Why would I go with you? Do you realize there's universes out there in the multiverse that still have Superman? And Superman still has them pretending that he's good. You want to go show him the way? Take me there. So he now has a Doomsday Batman. Grimdark just went to go kill Jim Gordon's because he fucking hated Jim Gordon. Like, all of them. All of them went for some reason. And they are all Bruce Wayne level intellects with his kind of planning. Just some of them didn't get as far as the other. Like, another version of Batman is called Red Death. Red Death is what happens when Bruce Wayne feels he wasn't fast enough to save another one of his kids. What the hell? I'm gonna let that go to voicemail. I can just message that person. He wasn't fast enough to save another one of his kids, so he did not know what to do. So he went to Barry Allen and said, "I need the Speed Force. You have to give it to me." And Barry's like, "I can't, Bruce." He's like, "No, you don't understand. Either you're going to give it to me, or I'm going to take it from you. You can't fucking take it from me. Watch me." So,
Ooh, quick question.
you back, of course.
For color, I'm now noticing that like the headpiece and like the buckles are the same color.
Mm-hmm.
I had two color swatches set aside, so I don't know if I should go with like the more of the goldish kind of swatch or more of like this like I don't know what color to call it. The grayish brown.
The gold will pop out more when the black gets put in. I will say that.
Okay.
Not to mention, he always had like a light color accent on the back end of his suits because that would make it easier when he decided he wanted to scare the living hell out of everyone to go like, haha, I'm here. So, he went to uh, the Flash's city, hunted and killed all the Flash's villains, and then used all their weapons to beat the Flash. And then the Flash woke up on the hood of the Batmobile as he basically back to the future the Flash. He used him to power his Batmobile, which he attached to the treadmill that the Flash uses to go through time and space, to go into the Speed Force and steal it from Barry Allen. And now he calls himself Red Death because he moves like the Flash and kills everyone.
Huh. Like,
These are all people part of the same crew that got picked up by the Batman Who Laughs.
so he's basically just building an army of.
Evil Batmans, yes.
Okay.
And they go in and take over the fucking world because that's the thing. The one thing that this story is basically saying is the most dangerous thing to the world is humanity in some ways. Like, it's not some super alien person from outer space who's coming in destroying the world. It's us. We did it. We fucking did it to ourselves, and we can do it better than anyone else. So, let me see if I can remember it. Oh yeah, another version was a very sad version. Alfred died, and Bruce couldn't take it. He wanted his father figure back, so he put him into a supercomputer, and the supercomputer could build robots and stuff. But it only had Alfred's base desires. It didn't have any of the logic behind it. So Alfred's base desire is to keep his master safe. So then it did the best thing it could do and started killing off all of his villains and eventually killing off superheroes who thought that he had gone too far. So finally, the last person left alive was Cyborg, and Cyborg was trying to convince him that this is bad. You need to stop this. But Bruce wouldn't listen. He was like, no, Alfred's here. We can make this happen. Alfred's right here and we can make this work. So Alfred, wanting to be with Bruce and listening to his commands, basically integrated with Bruce like a cyborg, becoming the machine. And the machine basically started killing Cyborg. Cyborg fought him off and almost won until the gate opened up and in came the Batman Who Laughed with his crew and they destroyed Cyborg completely. Like, Batman with flash powers, Batman with Doomsday, Batman with the machine capabilities of Cyborg and the Blue Beetle, Batman with a Green Lantern ring that he stole and runs off a battery inside of his own chest. Batman who stole the power from Ares. These are all versions of Batman, and they're all in the same team. And they go through the multiverse destroying shit. Led by the Batman Who Laughs. because the only thing that makes him better than the other Batmans is the fact that not only does he plan better than anyone else on that team, he also is just phenomenally corrupt to do the things that Bruce would never do. Like, our Batman ends up fighting him, which I'll get to a little bit later. And like, it's not even a contest. He is basically on the back foot. A man who's used to being the one with the plan, the one who had the plan, the head game to get through, is so far on the back foot that he keeps just making mistakes and losing and making mistakes and losing. He's had to give up friends to be kidnapped. He's had to do all these things and still cannot manage to win against this one man. It's not that he's stronger than him. It's not that he's faster than him. He's literally just smarter than him. And he's crazy enough to use his smarts. And just as a little bit of a laugh, his whole plan when he's fighting Batman in his own realm is to poison the water supply. The original plan that the Joker had when the Joker first arrived, to poison Gotham's water supply with Joker toxin, but he's poisoning it with the Batman Who Laughs toxin, which turns you into your worst nightmare of yourself. Joker toxin just makes you go insane and laughy. Batman's toxin basically brings out your dark desires. And there is no cure because Batman made it. There is no cure. It's basically trying to fight a psychologist who's also a master chess player who also gives no care to how you feel or how, just as long as he gets the win, he always wins. And it got to the point where, as you read the books, there isn't the Batman's not strong enough where he doesn't have the team to do this. Is literally watching Batman crumble because he doesn't have a way to win. And even by trying to win, he breaks a lot of his moral code to do so. And the entire time he thinks he's making the right moves, all of every now and then the Batman last will come in. It's like, oh hey, so we're finally doing this? That's good. Come on, let's do it. Wait, what? You wanted? Yeah, I wanted you here. Come on, I couldn't do this if you weren't here. But this is to stop you. Oh, you still oh buddy, you still think you're going to win. That's sweet. So yeah, I'm actually creating this toxin, but to create this toxin, I need all the multiverse best, happiest Bruces. So as I'm going through town, I'm just killing other Bruce Waynes from other universes, just showing you also how happy they were. And that's actually what the visor is. The visor allows him to see through the multiverse and see other time and dimensions in anywhere he's standing. So at any point he sees the best and worst of people. So like for instance, right now you're drawing, right? If he was looking at you, he'd see the universe where you're drawing. He'd also see the universe where you're, I don't know, shooting meth. He'd see the universe where you've like beaten Rooney to death in the background. You'd see the universe where you're eating a sandwich. He sees
no.
all of them. Exactly. He sees all of them at the same time. So he can always say, like, you think you're a good person, but I see what you really are. And that's how he fucking gets people.
I want to know the minds that come up with these kind of stories. It's like, how? You
Well, there's always been like all of Batman's villains are always about his duality. It's always some way of looking at the mirror and saying, this is how we made Batman. We had to do these things. For instance, Joker is to show that bad days don't always make good people, like I said earlier. Two Face is to show the duality of being Bruce Wayne and Batman, an upstanding citizen and a monster of the night. Scarecrow is his use of fear on people. Victor Freeze is his intellect and his want to save one thing, and his one thing is Gotham, whereas Freeze is the one, like, seriously, one thing. Bane is his ability to be overpoweringly strong and how he basically ripped his body in twain just to fucking be this amazing monster of a person. Ra's al Ghul is his dedication to saving the world at all costs. Like, every piece of him is a part of the villain. So when you have his main villain, Joker, which, fun fact, if you did not know this, Joker was never supposed to be Joker.
What was he supposed to be?
No, he was supposed to die the first time he came out. First time he came into comic books, he was supposed to die. And while they were writing this, they realized Batman needed the moral compass of never to kill, especially back then. So instead of dying, he became a reoccurring villain to try and push Batman to kill him. That's all Joker wants. Joker wants the win, and the way he wins is to get Batman to kill him. The thing is, he also wants that. So he won't let anyone else kill Batman, and he won't let Batman, like, fail to the point where he can't help him. Like, there are some books where Joker, even as his villain, is the closest thing Batman has to a friend. You have The Killing Joke, where it ends with the two of them laughing, holding on to each other, like, at the end. And there's my personal favorite, where Bane had killed Alfred, and Joker goes to visit Bane in his cell, and he goes like, "I've been meaning to come talk to you there, Banesy. See, you know what really irks me? You had a chance to be something great. You did. There you are, in the manor, where he has had to live his entire life without his parents. And you have the closest thing he has to a father figure, the butler. Did you know he tried to shoot me once? Yeah, the butler, in your grasp. And what do? You kill him in front of the bird boy? You could have called him on the plane and let him at least hear him die. But no, instead, you kill him in front of the Robin. You wasted the best thing, the one last way of breaking him, on one of the Robins. That's what doesn't pay. You were the man who broke the bat, and now you're the man who broke the bird. So, you hang on tight in here. I just want you to know something. One day, I'm going to pay you back for that. You wasted the potential and didn't even do it right. I'm going to go out and finish taking over the city, burning it down, fighting, doing what I'm supposed to do. But don't you worry. Win or lose, whatever happens tonight, just want you to know you got some payback coming. Hell, who knows? I might break into your cell one day and just shoot you in the head. Hey, whatever happened to that guy who broke the bat? I don't know. Some random dude just came in and shot him. ah, hold on a moment. Please keep going.
Yeah,
I have to talk to someone.
you're all good. And then there's sirens in the background. That's wonderful. So much to learn about the good to kind of figure out a little bit of it. So, how's everyone in chat doing today? realize a little bit of quieter music playing now.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
So there are some times where Joker is the closest thing to Batman's friend, and that's kind of poetic because he wants Batman all to himself. That's the thing that he's looking for. He wants Batman to officially kill him. So in some ways, the Batman who laughs is the time the Joker won, and he's still winning. So, Dark Multiverse, bunch of different versions of Batman, all coming to destroy basically everything. So, it also shows how Batman's failsafes cannot save Gotham, because all you need is someone who knows how to use them. So, Batman has hundreds, if not thousands, of failsafes ready to defend the area around him. There's a failsafe that basically raises all the bridges, locks all the tunnels, and makes Gotham a fortress, or, makes it a contained area that will vaccinate everyone with the Joker toxin, from Joker toxin, just in case Joker ever got a blimp and decided to blow up the area, because, Jack Nicholson did it. He has fail safes to stop the waterways to make sure that the Joker toxin doesn't go out that way, or fear toxin. He has so many fail safes, and they're all triggered by certain things. So, one of the fail safes is located in Wayne Tower. So, while Batman's running around trying to figure out what the next move is, and he's talking about the fail safes to Jim, all of a sudden, in walks in Batman Who Laughs to Wayne Tower, who currently, the bellhop is a blind old man that Bruce keeps on the payroll because, he worked for his parents. He's like, "Sir, is that you?" Batman Who Laughs talks in his Bruce voice. Because, little known fact, Batman's real voice is the Batman gruff voice. Bruce Wayne is the voice he has to fake.
Really?
Yep. So, that is looking amazing. I
Feel
forget
bad.
how talented you are.
Thank you. I forget to like name a lot of my layers. And so like when I'm really zoned in, we got like layer 1, 10, 11, 16. It's like, which layer was this on? I don't know.
Hey, if you want to get good, start running your own D&D games on Roll20. You'll get there.
Oh, I miss playing D&D so much.
We'll get back, especially since I have 2 weeks off now. Fuck it.
You know what? I had a very like interesting idea.
Mm.
I normally when I stream, I have a Vroid model, which is basically a 3D model of my persona Misery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of animated using a camera. So like if I were to move left, she would move left. If I like stuck my tongue out, she would stick her tongue out, kind of thing.
Oh, nice.
And I was thinking how cool it would be to do like a D&D group with everyone using models of their characters.
That could be fun. What the hell would I be? Just a cloak in the background?
No, if you decide to be the DM, then you would be the god. So I don't know how that would work.
And lo, he said, "Let there be initiative rolls." But so the it's more or less like Batman is a study in psychology, whereas Superman is a study in more or less like social acceptance. Superman doesn't have to be a good guy. He chooses to be a good guy. He chooses to help people because that is what he was growing up on. Superman's supposed to be about freedom, justice, and the American way, which was his fucking catchphrase until like 1980, 1990. He actually got U.S. citizenship in the comic book, and actually got rid of U.S. citizenship in the recent comic books around 2016. I wonder why. So that has been the whole thing. Whereas Batman has always been the standard that a human body could get to. Like, no human body could ever train as hard as he did for as long as he did and still function. Hell, my sensei, who is fucking amazing when it comes to a fight, has basically broken his body down to the point that he can barely walk without assistance of some sort. But, like, it's possible. You can get yourself that far. It's more or less like burning yourself really, really hot, really fast. But here Batman is, the guy without powers, doing all of these things, destroying all these people. And his biggest villain is the other guy without powers. The only thing that people say that Joker has is some reason he's damn near fucking immortal. We've killed him, we've burned him, we've thrown him out of buildings, we've thrown him out of planes, we've left him to die in like the wildernesses, we've blown up buildings while he's around them, and somehow, some way, he shows back up like 2 weeks later saying, "Hey, Batsy." And the Batman Who Laughs kind of takes this with him too, because the Joker serum apparently gives him a little bit of regeneration or toughness or some other shit. Like he gets shot in the chest by Alfred with a shotgun like 4 times, and then he's like, "Oh, you almost had me there, Alfie. Like 5 more shots, it would have been a problem. But you're out, and now I'm going to play with you." And that's the thing. This Batman also, when the rest of the gigantic team of Batman have been destroyed, he disappears back into the multiverse on his own because his like helmet lets him see the rifts, and he starts killing off other planets while he's thinking of how to take on the next planet. And he has some very serious moments on other planets. Like one is him standing over a dead Wonder Woman with a smoking gun, and he says, "You know, Diana, I've been to a lot of universes. I've seen a lot more. And on most of them, we're allies. On some of them, we're even lovers. Even some of them have us having kids. They're tough little tykes. I always write their names down before I kill them. But in every single universe, every last one, you keep fighting, even at the end, even after everyone else is down. Because that's who you are. That's why I made this gun with infinite bullets to kill your magical ass every single time." Like, that's the thing. It's one of those things where, what would you qualify your greatest fear as, Misery?
Greatest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it would count as a great fear, but I've always been afraid of being left alone.
That's one.
I don't know if it's because, like, I've gotten lost as a child before, and after that, I've been just kind of afraid to be in a place by myself. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good one. Being left alone.
it's
So
interesting. You know where one of the loneliest places can be?
inside your own head.
I was gonna say in a crowd.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's walking by, but there's no one that's gonna actually talk to you there or be for you there.
Yeah, there's a story I always remember. This guy was found dead in a river. I don't know whether or not this is a true story, and some part of me hopes it's not. But guy was found dead in a river, and the police look into him and figure out where he lives. So they arrive at this fucking mansion. Like this guy was insanely rich. So they go in the house, and on his desk is a paper. I have lived in this mansion for over 20 years. No friends, no family. I am tired of the loneliness. I am going to walk out today and walk the 3 miles it takes to get to the river, and I'm going to jump in. If one person on my walk says hello to me, I will stop and reconsider this world as worth living in.
Hey, I got huge chills from that one.
People are so busy living their own lives that they don't stop and look at other people and realize that, hey, they're also living their lives, and maybe it'd be nice to, like, say hi every now and then. Just check on people. Like, I'm even bad at it when it comes to, like, computer shit. I mean, like, I think that's the first time we've talked in, what,
Couple months.
couple months. Didn't mean to disappear off the face of the earth. That was rather occupado. But at the same time, like, then it gets to the point where you look at the phone and you're like, oh, hey, I haven't said anything to them in a couple months. Now it'll be weird. Now it's gonna be like, I want something from them. That feels wrong.
I know the social anxiety of feeling to that, but sometimes you just
Holy,
got,
wait, pause.
huh?
Those boots are awesome.
They are?
They are awesome.
I used my default, like, feet making thing. I
Wait, you
always,
have a thing to make feet? There are some feet
yeah.
kinksters that are gonna love you.
So, like, I make a potato, and then I put the potato on a platform, and then I make like a elongated potato, and then put like a rounded rectangle, and then connect the platform to the rectangle.
Fucking, I make a potato, and then I make a longer potato.
That is the only way I know how to make feet. Gotta have two
well,
potatoes and platforms for the potatoes.
potatoes in a platform, and then you mash it.
I feel bad for
Oh,
potatoes if they get mashed.
well, think of it this way. Did you know mashed potatoes are just Ireland's guacamole?
No, I've not thought about it like that.
Yep. I need a Red Bull. Apparently, I need wings. But yeah. So
Say you.
greatest fears are just like my personal greatest fear is I'm letting my ego speak a little bit here, but my personal greatest fear is much like Batman's. I know a lot about a lot of people, and I know some dangerous people who are willing to do things for me. I wake up and go to sleep every day knowing that I could potentially be a dangerous person to deal with. And most of my contingencies are about dealing with me. I surround myself with people smarter than me, or people who are better at fighting than me, or people who are more dangerous than me because I need to make sure that if I start going off the rails, someone could check me. Hell, I didn't consider marrying my wife till the first time she tried to kill me. She got mad. I had to restrain her. She might have reached for a knife.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to know that people around me can take me out if necessary.
I feel like I need to give you a hug right now, but I can't do that.
Definitely now. You stay the fuck away from me. I need you alive.
Oh, it's weird. Okay, so you think smart thing to do, pandemic, stay home. Don't go out.
Hmm.
No, I'm out every week and I'm like, okay, time to go to
Wait,
work.
wait. You're out more now than you were pre-pandemic.
Yes! Like,
What the
okay,
fuck, woman?
before the pandemic, I would like if we so let's say before I started working retail, I would leave the house maybe once a week and that was it. Now we're in a
Thank you,
pandemic.
Rooney, for dragging you around.
It's not even his fault. Like I don't go to the shop anymore either. Um I got a booth to sell my artwork and stuff. I'll lower the volume a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, yawn. I
No, not
should
you.
go get.
Music. Because the music was being louder than my own thoughts. So,
How dare the music want to take fucking space like it's supposed to?
alright. Um,
Bastard.
but I ended up getting a little booth at the farmer's market here in town, and I've been selling my stuff there every weekend. And so now I'm there, like, out of the house for like 13 hours a week, and it feels weird to me. I mean, I know that's not a lot, but it's weird. I go out more than I normally would.
Hmm.
Okay, now I gotta find the layer with this yellow.
Which layer are you again?
I don't know. Wait, wait. That one seemed to do stuff. Okay, I found the layer.
Hmm. So, which one's your favorite Batman villain?
For Batman.
Tell you what, I'll
Wait,
give you some thought on that one while I go get an energy drink.
okay.
For those who are watching, because I see there are three people, I thought it was Rooney, but no one's actually said anything in the chat. I've been up for 19 hours, but I'm not gonna miss this.
Oh,
All right.
I'm like trying to think for favorite villain. So, I feel like I'm not too familiar into the DC universe to know all the villains. First ones that do come to mind would be like Joker, Poison Ivy. There we go. I'm gonna attempt seeing if I can fill this entire space with color. Not sure if I left any open gaps, but hopefully I didn't. Huh. This is interesting. How's everyone in chat doing today? Start working. Help if I was on the right layer.
Question: is there a way I could share your stream?
Yeah. Like, sharing it to, like, social media kind of thing?
Yeah.
I know if you, like, in the URL section, you can just double tap and it should highlight the entire URL.
There you go. Share.
Awesome. Or was there actually just a share button?
There is a share button down at the bottom right.
Hop on there.
Number 42. No. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What kind of nerd are you? God damn it. How can I be of assistance there, sir? What are you going to do? I can't. Yeah, from 10 o'clock today, I do not get to go to work again until the 27th if I get a clear test.
Really?
Can you not look this fucking happy about it?
Yeah.
You did say it.
Until you die, and then that's another thing. But
well, yeah. Well, if I die, remember the rules. You're not supposed to be mad about it.
That's not in my rules though.
He's fine. He didn't do it on purpose.
No, this is pure coincidence.
Coincidence, yes. Oh, so, hold up. How the fuck do I spell custom?
Custom.
I knew you were here for a reason.
I'm doing vacation.
You're not fucking helping me type. Get the fuck out of here.
Free lesson.
Free lesson. I just might have to pay for my with my life. That doesn't sound like a free fucking lesson.
I'll be a fucking nut.
Hey, we're not supposed to do kinky shit here.
Yep, that's not allowed here.
Kinky, be my guest, whatever you want. It's too good to have this shit fight with fate.
So, this is the Batman Who Laughs. She is drawing me a picture.
Hello.
Misery.
She's doing it live?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
She's doing it on Twitch, and I just shared it to my Facebook. To help. I think I shared it on my Facebook. What the fuck?
Go to your profile. There you go.
Yep.
Don't like it.
Now, why do I have to like it?
You don't. I said I'll like it.
Oh,
Now you
well,
look stupid. Okay.
fucking fine. I won't like my own thing. I don't Facebook often, okay?
I didn't know you got tagged on Facebook.
God damn it, now he's gonna fucking go looking for shit. Those are my gay uncles. Well, one's a gay uncle and the other one's the gay uncle's, you know.
Okay.
We're gonna call him a pocket dimension.
Pocket dimension?
Oh, he's trying to put something in his pocket.
No, Ron Paulson hasn't posted anything and looks like the time. Do I have to
I don't
start
fucking know.
So I want to do the full color thing.
You're live.
full color thing. Go ahead.
I am going to merge the layers real quick, just because they're all the same color.
So the only thing about it is, if he's watching it from Facebook, it doesn't add to. Wait, no, it did. You're the fourth person.
Okay, well,
Woo!
figure it out.
Yeah, there is delays in people joining the stream, and then there's like a delay for So I'm recording right now. It might come up like a couple seconds later, or maybe even 10 seconds later.
We could watch it for.
Yeah, we got 4 so far. But I don't care. I get to spend time with my friend. 0 people could be watching. I'd still be having this much fun. Oh, wait, hey, get back here. What's up?
Good.
Her art is a little bit more abstract, but it has like an awesome feel to it. And she put a chair in there for me. Look at the chair; it's so nice. So that is the Batman Who Laughs. Because you don't know shit about comic books, dude. We got 2 weeks. You're gonna learn today, boy.
Okay, I dumped color on here. What do you feel about that? Like I would still have to go in between all the buckles and the hands to dump that color in there.
I like the color, the way it has.
You like
So
that
far.
as is? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Holy shit, that looks so fucking nice.
I will go in and fill the rest of the color. Back to the question you asked earlier. I feel like I don't know a lot about like the DC universe to be able to know like which would be my favorite villain, because off the top of my
Well-
head, there's like Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. I
Okay,
know
so
of Two-Face and Bane, but I'm not familiar with them at all.
We could just start teaching you about comics. I have no problem with this fucking plan. So Two-Face originally was Harvey Dent, and he was a district attorney in Gotham. He was known for being uncorruptible and being Bruce Wayne's friend. So, the thing that happens to make most villains, a little bit of acid showed up. And some people say it warped his brain a little bit, but it gave him the multiple personality of Two-Face. Two-Face's duality is supposed to mirror Batman's duality of being an upstanding citizen on one hand and a monster of the night on the other. And he always does things by the flip of a coin, which also means sometimes he is a good person because he flipped the coin. There's a particular time where Batman was in Arkham chasing after some fucking body. I mean, take your pick. And the building had just blew up a little bit. So he looked over and saw Two-Face's coin. So he put it good side up and slid it under the rubble so that he could barely see it. So then all the people start getting up, see Batman on the ground, and they come over and they're about to kill him. And then Two-Face comes up behind them and starts knocking everyone out. So then he goes over and gets Batman out of the rubble. He's like, "You're helping Harvey?" He's like, "Yeah, my coin's on the good side under there. Until I can get it out and flip it for real, I'm on your team. All right, don't let anyone go by. And make sure everyone stays inside. You got it, boss." So then people start walking up. It's like, "Oh, no, no, no. If you want to get out, help me get this rubble out so we can flip it for real." So that's kind of the thing. Two-Face is still like, he's not good or bad. He is accepting the chaos as is. So that would be a good way of explaining Two-Face. Bane has had a couple of origin stories, but mostly Bane is physically and mentally someone who could be on par with Batman. His goals are different. Bane is doing it for his own self-interest instead of anything else. So Bane's whole reason for breaking the bat was more or less to prove that he was better than Batman. he had heard all these horror stories about Batman, and he grew up in a prison. So he was like, I came from nothing, and just started training himself and getting good. Get good, scrub. And then he wanted to go up against Batman, and he started fighting Batman, and Batman could beat him. He's like, no, I spent all this time. I have to be the strongest, otherwise my life is meaningless. So, yeah, he eventually waited till Batman had just spent all night fighting multiple villains. He comes home tired as all hell, and Bane's waiting for him in the fucking cave. It goes like, hey, Bruce. Like, it was a big thing that we knew who Bruce was. So then Batman, tired as hell, tries to fight Bane and gets his back broken. He is forever known as the man who broke the bat. It's such a rough moment in the history of comic books that even to this day, if you want to have a jaw aching response from like even a side comic book of like the Justice League or DC or wherever the fuck, you do that scene. There's actually a moment in Injustice where Superman does that to Batman, and Batman is begging him not to, but Superman does it anyway. Happens right before the scene where Alfred takes a pill to get strong enough to beat Superman's ass and does it. So, but as Batman's villains go, each of them has some aspect of him, which is why this particular villain having all the aspects of him and the Joker makes it so fucking terrifying. Because I've only touched on what he did with his original team and what he was doing alone. There's a story of what he does after he gets in prison. So, and believe it or not, they called that story The Infection, which is hilarious since it came out last year. Oh, is that the blood? Ah, oh, I got the blood.
Do you like that kind of style or no?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because the whole thing about it is, and like I was saying, he repeatedly on multiple universes went around killing other versions of him and other versions of the Justice League. So, anyway, when the yeah, so when the Batman Who Laughs comes back to our Gotham, the one that we've used to reading in, Bruce is already terrified because he knows he can barely deal with him. Now, the first time that this team showed up in our universe, Batman was already gone. He had been shoved into the dark multiverse, and he was on that side, which is how they were able to be brought through. Because they were like, Bruce, where are you? And then they all showed up, was like, I'm right here, and started fucking trying to kill people. Like, for instance, this particular Batman does not have robins, he has crows. Boys he had tortured and tormented into being sharp toothed, crazy kids.
I remember seeing a couple images of those when I was looking
Yep.
up for reference pictures.
Mm-hmm. Sharp toothed, crazy kids that run around basically like zombies. Like super fast, agile, flipping all over the place zombies and eat people. So he keeps them on leashes, by the way, because that's what you do with rabid animals. And he very much is going for the worst possible scenario for any given day, and it's just so fucking amazing. But he shows up, and Batman's been chasing this, I kid you not, trailer with a house on the back of it. and he jumps over and breaks into the house on the back after taking care of the people with guns, only to find inside of it is the body of Bruce Wayne. Which he goes, that's impossible. Because, like, Alfred's on the comms, like, that's you. Yeah. So he goes in and starts trying to, like, look and see what happens. And he starts looking at the scars and injuries on him. He's like, hey, these injuries are the same as what I used to, the same ones I received when I first started being Batman. But the last one is from the breaking of the spine. So apparently, this Bruce Wayne stopped being Batman after his spine got broken. He became a philanthropist and started taking care of things. He got married and had a kid and named the kid exactly what Bruce planned on naming his if he had a daughter with Selena. And he's like, okay, so this is me from another universe. Okay, we need to go deal with this right now. So Bruce goes to Jim Gordon and says, Batman Who Laughs is back. We need to be able to deal with this and his contingencies. And all of a sudden, they get another call. Another Bruce Wayne is dead. This one fell out of a fucking skyscraper onto the pavement. Problem is, there wasn't a skyscraper anywhere nearby, but it's the only thing that could do that much damage. And they're all missing just a little quantity of blood. So Batman goes back to his cave and he's trying to figure this out. He's like, okay, Batman Who Laughs is back. He has something planned. I need to figure out what it is. And that's when Arkham Asylum gets attacked by someone who looks like Batman.
I got a notification.
Yeah.
Thank you, McCarmen, for the follow. Couldn't speak for a second.
Yeah.
Like, I
That's
heard a
Mikey.
sound. Oh, okay. I heard the sound. I'm like, what is that? Wait, that's a follow sound. Like, how do I get out of the drawing tab? See, it notifies me if I get, like, follows, or... Actually, I only know about the follows because I didn't hit affiliate yet. But it would notify me if I got, like, bits or subscriptions, but it doesn't notify me if I get chat.
What is bits?
Bits is kind of like a tip jar thing. I know bits are usually, like, it's a Twitch only thing, and it's kind of like, tips that are, like, maybe a couple cents, like, maybe 10 cents, a quarter, or something like that.
Mikey says, I got you.
You got me.
But, no, I'll just free cash and throw it through your window like a normal person.
I mean, people who are interested in, I do have a shop. So then they actually get something in return. I know some
I
people.
get your friendship. I'll throw bricks of cash at you for friendship.
Run a game. That means more friendship time.
Fine, I'll go create a world for you. Only because you asked nicely.
Love you.
Which, by the way, I didn't stop the short stories I was writing for you. That world has gotten way bigger than I wanted it to get. I even sent it to my editor to get refinements done on it, which means now that I have a little bit more time and, I'm not dealing with emotional turmoil stuff, or not dealing with it as hard, I can actually be a productive citizen in society and write something.
What's that?
Oh, you forgot? You had me write a short story?
No, I was joking about the productive citizen.
Says the person who's leaving their house more now than they did when pandemic wasn't around.
And it's funny because it's like, I would think if I'm gonna go out places and sell my stuff, it would be more of my artwork. No, it's masks. I've been like making like over 100 masks per week, and it's just like, That's it. I'm done.
Mhm.
No, I'm still making them for now. I have slowed down production a little bit.
Oh, your fingers are getting tired.
Well, I want to focus on drawing more, and commissions have actually been picking up more. Like, so I've had people asking me if I can design logos or create like their Twitch thingies, the overlays and stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, but
No, wrong thing.
so after Batman figures out that this is happening, Arkham Asylum gets attacked by not Batman, but Batman. So it looks like Batman until they go like, "Wait, that's a gun." Batman doesn't use guns, and then they start getting shot because this isn't Batman. This is the Grim Knight, which, if you were in the beginning of the screen, is a Batman who uses guns to kill crime. So this Batman mows through the entire group of Arkham Asylum, killing them, knifing them, shooting them, breaking them, just killing everybody. And he gets all the way to the cell, to Joker's cell. He opens the door, and Joker says, "Are you finally here to kill me?" And Grim Knight looks at him and says, "I'm not. He is." And he steps aside to let the Batman Who Laughs in. "No, we can work together." And Batman Who Laughs puts a scythe through his head. Which would suck if that was the real Joker. So Batman comes back and he orders Alfred to drain the canal because he knows what's about to happen. He can feel it. And he drains the canal. And out from the canal comes the Joker. That was a decoy. And Joker gets up, points a gun at him, and fires.
Okay, though I just want to say your wording and the timing of the music was perfect right there. Cause like it got like suspenseful music and then started fading out after you said the word fires.
Well, I actually can't hear the music, so yeah. I think maybe I would need to. Oh, that might be why.
It could be because it's only going through my headphones, but I know that it will pick up through like the audio would be picked up into the stream. Cause I have it recording all desktop audio.
Ah, well, oh, okay, I figured it out. Uh, I have the Twitch stream muted so I can talk, which also helps me not.
Forgot what that was called when you hear
Your
yourself.
girl Minecraft said, "Hello, thought we'd be doing Sims." Did you double book yourself?
No, cause I can't really do Sims. Um, Sadly, I haven't done Sims in about 2 years for a stream. The next time I'd be able to do Sims is when I actually upgrade to a new computer. None of my computers can currently, well, I only have the computer and tablet, but neither of them can actually run Sims.
Yeah, so I actually need to buy and update a computer so I can play Baldur's Gate 3. I am so excited for that. Now, on to the next chapter of the Batman Who Laughs. So, Joker just fired. Oh wait, wrong stream. This is awkward. Well, please stay. You can
You're all
totally hang
good.
out. We're cool with that.
Yep. I'm Mizori Run, and I'm an artist, so I tend to do some drawing streams, and sometimes I play Animal Crossing on stream. I do if I do games, they're all on the Switch, because that's the only thing I can really like play on.
Don't worry, I've been following.
Aw, thank you.
See, I'm doing my job.
Good job.
Yeah. You gave me a job to do, damn it. So, gunfires. That's probably why I followed for AC. I don't actually know.
Animal Crossing.
Ah, true. Okay, fair enough. I don't know Animal Crossing. I don't have a Switch.
I've actually been playing Animal Crossing since GameCube, so there's been a couple different releases.
See, the whole thing on that front is the fact that you're like, I'm a traditional Animal Crossing.
Well,
I've owed to Nuke money for years. I've been in debt for so long, you don't even know.
well, I usually actually pay off the house like immediately because I don't know if it's because well, Animal Crossing and Pokemon were the first video games I like played starting to grow up. And so every time a new game came out, I had to like just get a copy of one of them. I don't know. It's just like one series or those are the two series I have to like always play. But yes, I do Animal Crossing every Tuesday at 1 p.m.
So, that's my command, dang it. Well, I'm trying to find a certain streamer because I forgot to go to their Discord, and I usually go to people's Discord. I Discord. I don't know if I have yours. Let me check.
I just built my Discord about a month or two ago, so it's pretty new.
It's brand spanking new. It still cries a little bit. Oh, so, back to the infinite story of the Batman Who Laughs until comments say that I need to say comments more. So, the gun goes off. But it doesn't shoot like a normal gun. This gun backfires and shoots Joker in the chest. Just joined, by the way. I don't know if I told you last time I was here, but I'm Lynn. The Joker's chest doesn't say that. Your girl Minecraft did.
Well, thank you for joining.
Joker's chest goes blah. So, Joker falls back. Blood everywhere. Batman rushes over like he always would. And all of a sudden, he realizes what's happening. As Joker starts dying, the toxins are leaving his body, going into Batman's. The exact instant that made the Batman Who Laughs. And he's like, "What have you done?" And Joker says, "I can't let you lose. So you're gonna have to go a little bit deeper to beat him."
Oh.
Okay, she's gonna go and try to find this streamer, but she said she'll be back once she finds it.
Okay. Well, good luck on your search, and I'm here every week.
May the force be with you. So, Batman realizes what just fucking happened. He now has the Joker toxin running through his body. But first things first, as always, save the life. So Alfred's just working on the Joker, trying to keep him alive, just everything. And he's like, "There's so many toxins in here. I don't know if I can save him, sir." He's like, "I don't care. Thank you. May the force be with you too, Uwu." All right. So,
I never thought I would hear uwu come out of your voice.
look, motherfucker, you want me to read these goddamn comments? I will read whatever comes up. Mikey, put your finger down. Yet. Don't trust it.
Dies.
Okay. No, motherfucker. Calm the fuck down. So, so Batman yells at Alfred's like, I don't care what the fuck you have to do, but get your hands back in that clown. He stays alive. Batman calms down. He says,
I was like
sorry.
dying of laughter.
Like, I'm sorry. I'm
What?
not thinking straight. As Batman finally comes out of the shadows, and he is full of needles, like a mechanical, like, just. I heard that. I'm sorry. Oh, don't worry. That's my roommate, and he is like helping us get the stream out there.
So I'm gonna make.
He's back. So
I'm making the Batman logo a little bit bigger.
okay,
What do you think of that?
I don't mind it. I actually like it.
Okay.
Like I have all the people on here. Batman's the one he has to kill the most. Like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Those three have to die every single time. Flash is kind of a back burner thing. He can probably take on the Flash without actual fucking help or planning. Green Lantern, he just does what he did back in Frank Miller's Batman if he wants to be a dick. Which I don't think you ever heard that story.
Which one?
Frank Miller's Batman.
No.
Frank Miller's Batman was basically a Batman that Frank Miller, the same guy who did Sin City, wrote for himself. Frank Miller has always been involved in the Batman storyline from the beginning to some of the other darker stories. Like he wrote a Batman storyline when he used the gun that killed Thomas and Martha Wayne to kill villains. He wrote a storyline that came out as Batman v Superman. That was Frank Miller. So Frank Miller did a quick like 8-shot of Batman recent. Like he did this. I was still in Detroit, so 2012, 2011 or 12. So he wrote this, and he made them nice and gritty, just like Sin City. And there was a time where Green Lantern said, "Hey, we need to talk," because at this time, Batman's still like full on vigilante and thought to be half crazy. So Batman says, "Fine, we'll talk here, but not now. You're ruining my spotlight," and he jumps away. So Green Lantern goes to the meeting site, and his first words are, "What the fuck?" Because at the time in that part of the universe, Green Lanterns used to have a few weaknesses. The first, yeah, he has a question for the narrator. Okay, Mikey. So the first Green Lantern that came out, the first one that ever was created, had a weakness where he could not affect wood. If you had something wood, he couldn't do anything to it, and he couldn't be protected from it. The second Green Lanterns had a problem with yellow. They couldn't affect anything that was yellow. So he walks into a room and goes, "What the fuck? Batman is painted yellow. The room is painted yellow. Everything is yellow." And he's in there eating nachos and drinking lemonade. He's like, "Is this serious?" "Yep. So you wanted to talk, right?" So, what do you like better, DC or Marvel? It depends on what kind of story I'm looking for, actually, Mikey. If I'm looking for a good feeling story that has like a lot of uplifting tell about it, I would go for a Marvel story. Those kind of stories are always great when it comes to uplifting things, kids needing help and all the other things. Marvel's really good for those kinds of stories. They don't actually do dark very well. Like they can do some dark moments, but not like DC. DC can do some real dark moments. So it depends on what kind of thing you want to read. If you want a happy story with good endings, go for Marvel. If you want a dark story about the human condition, go for DC. Hell, there are DC stories that still haunt me to this day. Like anyone who watched Teen Titans. Did you ever watch Teen Titans, Misery?
Yes, when I was really little, so like
I
I
don't
I mean,
worry, it won't take much.
okay. I was gonna say I
It's
remember the characters. I might not remember the storyline.
Do you remember Dr. Light?
No.
Dr. Light was this guy who had a light bulb on his chest and used light as his power. He's asking now, which do you like better, Marvel or DC?
Uh, for me or you?
For you.
Um, I don't have much knowledge on DC. I only just started watching the Marvel movies, during the pandemic. Um, I mean, I have seen some of both of them, like in theaters.
Well, if you're going by theaters and you don't say Marvel, I'm gonna say you're a liar.
Hmm?
Because DC movies have sucked as of late. hmm Like DC's doing better with their animated series. Like if you watch their anime movies, they're actually doing pretty well, but their live actions are just so bad. So where was I? I was lost. Oh, so Dr. Light has big light bulb on his chest and uses light powers. And he always was like getting foiled by the Teen Titans almost easily, like he was a laughable villain. It was the same way he was in the comic books. Now here's the thing. Someone finally went and said, they have broken your brain and we're gonna fix you. So they fixed him and gave him back his memories. Memories of the time he actually went up against the Justice League and did some decent damage before the Justice League stopped him. This is the same Dr. Light that's been getting his ass kicked by kids. And it was Batman's idea, with the Martian's help, to tweak his brain to make him more fitting for the kids to fight, to feel like they were doing something. So for years, they lowered his intelligence, warped his memories, didn't even let him know the full extent of his powers, and let him go be a babysitter for his kids, for their kids. So he got pissed because he needed to prove himself again. So he broke into the watchtower, but he happened to do it during a very special mission. Like everybody was out, and everybody was out of the office and stuff, except for a elongated wife. Now, elongated man's wife doesn't have any powers. Elongated man is a really good detective, and he actually stretches like Mr. Fantastic, but didn't have any powers. So Dr. Light came onto her, and she like tried to reach for like the panic alarm, but he stopped her because his light powers are full back and he could throw her around. So he considers killing her, but instead decides he wants to do more damage than that. So they draw the scene from the point of view of her wrist and hand and her tears as Dr. Light rapes her and leaves her for the Justice League to find. That's the darkness DC was willing to go to. Marvel can have moments like that. DC will go in there. Mikey would like to know what program you're using for this drawing.
This is Clip Studio Paint.
Carmen. I hope he has his headphones in because otherwise I would have to say that again. All right, so that's the darkness DC can go for. It's why DC can make a character like the Batman Who Laughs and make it work. Because Venom, while bad, never felt like threatening to the entire life and psyche of Spider-Man. Like Craven pretends to kill Spider-Man. And that was a pretty dark story for them. You have Daredevil who like gets tricked into almost killing a baby and still doesn't feel that dark. Batman Who Laughs walks into a room and makes you feel like the world might end on the last note of his laugh, and that's what makes him a villain. I was just gonna tell you the answer, Mikey, but fine, never mind. Fucker. So the whole thing on that front is like back to what's happening. So back to the original story. Joker on the operating table, Alfred trying to save his life, Batman just getting pumped full of anti-Joker venom to try and stave off turning into the Batman Who Laughs. Can you say the program you're using again?
It is Clip Studio Paint, and the nice thing about it, it tends to go on sale like every 3 to 4 months. So sometimes you might be able to even pick it up for like half off.
Actually, I don't know if he draws, but he probably was just curious about the programming. He's a business major. Well, no,
Okay.
he's not a business major. He has his degrees.
I know most people who tend to ask end up being like, "Oh, well, what do you recommend for doing this and this kind of thing?"
So, Batman goes out and pretends to be a detective to help out Jim Gordon as more and more Bruces are showing up dead. And Jim sees through his disguise and says, Batman, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine, Jim, but we need to get to the failsafe. There's a failsafe that I can use to lock down the city and protect all of us, but I have to get to it. Where is it? I used Wayne Tower with Bruce Wayne's help to create it. And that's the scene where we get the Batman Who Laughs sneaking into Wayne Tower and going up to activate this failsafe early on and disable it. So Batman gets there in time to go up against the Batman Who Laughs, and he's slowly turning into just like him because the Joker toxin. Mikey says, I use Photoshop a lot for a lot of things. I know that's not what this is, but it's similar drawing platform. Or he used to use Photoshop for projects.
I haven't actually used Photoshop, so I mean, I've been told that the layout looks similar to how Photoshop is.
Okay,
Hmm.
that stroke of red on the bottom looks amazing.
Well, okay, so part of me was thinking about doing 3 different shades of red. Of course, this one being dark because it matches with the blood. And then, like, the brighter red being up here.
Actually, wait. I don't want to ruin your creativity on this.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that you can keep the red, keep the gray as the background, and
Okay.
just fill like the areas around his chair with the ha ha laughter.
Oh, okay.
Because
Pull up.
remember, he's supposed to be like jokery. So
Okay.
Batman gets up to the top of the tower. He's slowly turning into the Batman Who Laughs. He's like monitoring how much of his blood is still his blood and how much of it is the Joker's at this point. And he is ready to fight. And all of a sudden, a bullet comes out of nowhere and hits him in the chest. He falls down. And the Batman Who Laughs is just still doing work. Is like, oh, it's a good time that you showed up. I was wondering when you would get here. Don't move too much. The Grimdark's bullet there has a taser. If you move too much, you'll get a real shocking. Almost as much as I will if I pull the wrong wire here. Hope this is the one.
Do you want the
You're going
haha like on the gray area or like on the red area?
gray area.
Gray area. Okay.
So Batman says, I'm going to stop you. What is the purpose of this? It's like, oh, you'll see in due time. I don't want to ruin the plan for you. You love figuring these things out. You're the great detective. Come on, play the game. Not to mention, if you play it long enough, you might get a little surprise. I see it in you. You're going to be me real soon. Uh, Mike said, instead of drawing, you could take pictures and do what you do with the picture. There's a program for Windows you can use that allows you to do this sort of thing. Was wondering if it's the same thing.
Like editing kind of photos?
Yeah, that's what he means.
I haven't really tried editing any photos on here. Open something up real quick.
Mhm. All this blood reminds me of Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm like, that was a somewhat of a letdown.
The manga is good.
You read that completely wrong.
How did I read this completely wrong?
You read it wrong.
How did I read this wrong? Instead of drawing, you can take a picture and do what you want with the picture. There's a program for Windows that you can use that allows you to do this sort of thing. What the fuck did I read wrong, Carmen?
You read it wrong. I read it over my messages. You say it like that. You read it wrong.
No, that's the thing. He just appeared in my room with his hands crossed like a fucking serial killer that's about to pray to God before killing me. And he's like, you did it wrong. I was like, oh, well, if this is how we're gonna fucking die. Actually, I don't have a knife nearby. He probably would have got the jump on me. I got resolve.
Oh, the axe move.
Yeah, I moved the axe. Come here, I want to ask you a question. Actually,
No, I was just
I need
asking.
the acetoner. I can take the acetoner to this now so I can get it off.
I was just asking her. There's a thing for like Windows that you can use that's not Photoshop.
Like, okay, does that visually look okay for doing just and then repeatedly use different sizes?
Sorry, I got a message. Let me see it again.
That
Oh, that yellow?
that yellow and like how the visual of that is.
Ah. Yes, that looks good. That looks good. The only thing I would say, and I hate critiquing anything. The only thing I would say is like the Joker's laughter is always like at a tilt.
Gotcha.
So like you could always just like put it at a diagonal because it's never straight up laughter. He's always like kind of cocky and crazy. And how do you do that? Tilt your letters.
And then like variety of tilt angles.
Go with a 45-degree angle with. I would love to just show not that 45-degree, the other 45-degree. Like almost like, why are you letting me do this?
Me?
Yeah.
Questioning why Control Z
I'm
is
not-
not working.
I don't fuck. That one. Yeah. Do that for this side and do the second one for the other side. So that the tilt's always rolling away from the chair.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. A slow brain moment.
No, it's fine. I fucking should not be bitching this much about a custom job that you're taking time out of your busy life to do.
I'm having fun with this. I have story time.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, speaking of story.
Story
so,
time!
So, Batman says, I'm going to stop you. He's like, you can. You just have to be me to stop me. And he jumps out the window cackling. The tower's about to fall. So, Batman, of course, does what he does best, saves the blind man and gets out of the way. So now Batman is having a problem. He needs to figure out what the Batman Who Laughs is going to do. So he starts thinking about it, and he's going to use all the drug that he's creating to get through the reservoir to do the same thing Joker did. So he goes to the reservoir and he's trying to figure out what's happening. And he gets a call from Alfred. He says, "Sir, I have no idea how this happened." He's like, "What are you talking about?" He, with all the toxins and drugs in his body and the hole in his chest, he shouldn't have been able to get up. Alfred, what happened? It's the clown, sir. He got up and attacked me. And he said, "Have a heart, dear Jeeves. He's gonna miss out on all the fun." So, the Joker's loose again. The Batman Who Laughs got away again. Batman is failing at every turn. He doesn't know how he's going to get through this. He's actually on the back burner for the first time in his life, where he's like, he doesn't know. He doesn't have a contingency plan for this. And it's eating away his eye. He keeps losing. He keeps losing every move. So, he needs to talk to the only mass murderer who's better than the Joker. Happens to be Jim Gordon's son. Jim Gordon's son has been in Blackgate prison this entire time because he was fucking crazy murdering, and they got him on drugs to make him better. So, Batman comes to him and he says, "I need Jim." So, he comes to Jim and he says, "What do you need?" "I need your son." They go visit his son, and his son's like, "I don't know what I can do for you." "Yeah, you can't do anything for me. I don't need this Jim. I need the mass murdering Jim. I need the Jim that was so good at killing people that the Joker said that he could learn something from. I need that man, and I need him right now." He's like, I can't be that man." "You're going to be that man. If you don't, the entire city's going to die. Tell me which waterways he's going to use. We can save the city, but I need you to be the villain." And he's losing it. Like, Batman's losing it at this point. But Jim is trying to hold on to it. Now, here's the thing. James Gordon, Batman's friend, is also the biggest enemy of the Grim Knight, which is the helper for the Batman Who Laughs right now. So the Grim Knight takes his time and he comes for them. Starts breaking the Blackgate, killing guards, and all of them are running away. So the Grim Knight comes forth and tries to get James Gordon away from him. He says, "Give me Gordon or everyone will die." Batman gets ready to fight him. Is like, "I know you. I know you're already thinking of how you can fight this because you have all those tools on your utility belt. I didn't have a bat cave. My city became my bat cave, and I learned how to use yours the same way. See that? That 747 flying above our heads right now is layered with explosives. Give me Gordon, or I will detonate it, and all of his 239 passengers will fall into Midtown and die because you couldn't hand over one man." And he looks at him and he gives a little bit of a shirking smile We both know what you're going to do, so let's get this over with. Sure enough, he hands James Gordon over, and he says to his son, "We lost this round, but we don't have to lose the war. Help me." So the kid decides that he'll go back to being that kind of a villain so he could help Batman. And Batman goes to the waterway that he thinks is going to be it. And when he gets there, he hears footsteps. He turns, thinking it's about to be the Batman who laughs. But instead, it's the Joker. Why are you helping him? I'm not helping him, Bats. I'm helping you. What? I don't want this to end. I don't want our dance to end. And if he gets his way, I'll never get mine. So, I'm here to help you. But I can't beat him. I don't think like him. And you can't beat him. You're not as crazy as him. Until what I did. Now, use that crazy before it's all used up. And stop this madman. So we can go back to our. So Batman is looking down and he says, if this is going to work, I need something else from you. The partner that I'm currently using, he is not made for this anymore. He used to be, but he's not. So he won't be able to do what needs to be done. If I go too far, Joker pipes in, I'll shoot you in the head myself. And then he opens his shirt to reveal the scar that's slowly healing up over his still kind of exposed beating heart. And he says, cross my heart and hope to die. And they both just start laughing. It's a very sad, sort of morbid laughter, but it's the second time they've ever been on the same page. Joker is trying to help save Gotham. There
That
is something I.
oh, I was like zooming out. I'm like, oh wait, that's too big.
There is something I noticed earlier, and that's the bottom left corner doesn't have enough blood.
Oh,
It's just a weird thing I noticed. So now, Batman goes back to the Batcave, and Alfred finds him, destroying the Joker toxins. And he's like, Master Wayne, what are you doing? He's right. I won't be able to beat him like this. I won't be able to beat him as me. Batman is not enough. I need to be the Batman who laughs. As he takes the visor out of his safe. I created this to try and understand what he was doing the last time, what he could see, and I did not have the mind to be able to work through it. The ability to create. Mikey says it's like you're reading this out of a book, but I know you just memorized this.
that's so
He's
true.
right. He is right. So he's like, I couldn't use it before. My mind couldn't handle it. But now my mind can handle so many things. Even now I'm seeing hallucinations and shapes in real life. This will not change a thing. And he puts it on. And Alfred rips it off of him. You can't do this, sir. You can't become him. It's the only way. There's no other way. And he literally gets into a fight with Alfred. He doesn't hit him. He like keeps reaching for the visor. But Alfred is ex-military and actually starts fighting Bruce. Bruce is holding back because he can't do that. He can't let himself do that to Alfred. But he keeps telling him he has to do this. And finally, he hits Alfred one good time. Alfred falls to the ground. You're the next Morgan Freeman, but for comic books. Alfred falls to the ground. Bruce comes to his senses like, Alfred, Alfred, I'm sorry. And he hugs his mentor. He's like, sir, all I've ever wanted to do is to protect you from this life, protect you from your own darkness, but I don't think I can protect you from this. You can't. I have to do this. I have to do this for the city. So, our Batman puts on the visor and he goes hunting. As he drives through the city, he sees the world the way that the Batman Who Laughs sees it. Every single person has just darkness around them. Their darkest moments happening at the same time as their real moments, and happening as good moments. He can see good and bad Bruce Waynes. He can see good and bad Jim Gordons. He can see good and bad Alfreds. He can see all of it at the same time. And it's driving him crazy. But since the Joker toxin's already in his body, it's also helping him understand the crazy. And he uses it to find rifts into the dark matter universes and knows where he needs to go next. Because the entire time the Batman Who Laughs has been here, he has been pulling people out of other dimensions and using their blood, pulling different Bruce Waynes. So he knows where he needs to go next. Back to Blackgate Prison. He gets to Blackgate Prison and he's sneaking inside and he gets caught by a random guard who has a full face shield on. And he's like, Swanson, I know you. And he's like, you're the Batman Who Laughs. No, I'm the Batman. I'm just wearing this visor so I can understand. And all of a sudden he's teleported into one of the other universes where this particular Bruce Wayne is the warden of Blackgate Prison in the world that society has made proper. And he's like, what are you doing in my prison? All of a sudden he's teleported back to actual Blackgate that we're used to with the other Wayne. And the other guards are starting to come around. They're pointing their guns towards our Batman. And he's like, no, I'm not the Batman Who Laughs. I'm just the Batman. And he takes the older Bruce Wayne and gives it to the one guard he knows and says, here, protect this man. All of a sudden, a plexiglass shield drops between Batman, the old Bruce Wayne, and the guard that he knows. And the guard takes out a sickle knife and slits the old Batman's throat. Do you stream every day or just once in a while? Says Mikey.
I stream every Tuesday and Wednesday. I start at 1 p.m. Central Time, and Tuesdays is pretty much all Animal Crossing days, while Wednesday it's just kind of like a mystery. Like, I might play a video game that day, I might draw. So far, this has been the first successful drawing stream because the tablet hasn't crashed yet, but we're good.
You just said it.
What?
You said it could, so it's thinking about it now.
I'm gonna save.
Please and thank you.
Well, I've been making sure to save throughout the stream because I'm normally not good at saving.
You've had those moments where you just wanted to throw the damn thing because you thought the last save you did was nowhere near where you were.
Or when you drew the entire custom order that evening and you find out you never saved it at all.
Holy hell, woman.
That was Monday. Oh.
I know what I'm doing the next 2 weeks on these days.
Aw, thank you.
Mikey's a decent guy. He also likes watching creativity. He's one of those people. It's why he's my best friend who lives here. I'm actually very fortunate that he moved in with me during this troubled time. There are days where literally I was ready to just call everything quits and just lay in bed and wallow. And he'll bust in with some random fucking thing that has pissed him off for no reason. He's like, okay, motherfucker, which side of the street am I supposed to park on? Or I'm going to go kill a fucking cop. I'm like, you got a ticket, didn't you? Yeah, I got a fucking ticket. Let me get this fucker's name. He's just a little ball of fucking rage in a beard. And it's like, it's therapeutic. watching someone else lose their shit over shit that honestly doesn't matter, and he knows logically it doesn't matter, but he can't let it go. Like, I was wrapping presents for a friend's Christmas, and he was all excited because I was struggling because I hate wrapping fucking presents. And he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna watch you fucking struggle. It's gonna be great." 2 presents in, and he starts fucking twitching because he can't understand, and his OCD is like, "There's a better way. Why is he not doing it?" So yeah, I'm very fortunate to be trapped in quarantine with a good friend. So, all right, back to the story. So, the guard just slit old Bruce Wayne Warden's throat, and Batman turns to him to see him raise the visor, and the red eyes, and the pale skin, and the cracking face of the Batman who laughs, smiling at him. Mikey just yelled in all caps. I was the only one on the street that got a ticket. He still has to let it go. Did you ever pay that? So he so then he drops his visor again and yells, "He just killed this old man! Shoot him!" So all the guards, he paid them. All the guards start shooting at our Batman. Under the prison, Jim Gordon is running for his life. He didn't exactly escape. The Gotham Knight explained to him his backstory about how Gordon was the one who always fought him. So he took him and was about to shoot him in the head, but the Batman who laughs says, "Why are you playing with your food? Bring him to me." And he's trying to turn it off, and he's planning on shooting Gordon in the head. And all of a sudden, the Batman who laughs drops down, slaps the gun out of his hand, and looks the Grim Knight in the eyes and says, "Otherwise, I'd have a warrant out for my arrest. Not for the first time." And he says, "No, you're trying to give him the easy way out. You see, Gordon, he wants to kill you out of mercy. That's what he's doing. Because he knows what I have planned for you." And he's like, "What? Why is that mercy?" "Because after I finish with you, you'll wish he had just shot you in the head." Cut to Gordon running through the sewers in nothing but his boxers and a wife beater, bleeding, panting, as the crows come for him. Now, as we said before, the crows are all dressed up in the old Robin costume. The "hey, I got all the leg and I'm gonna show it" costume. And they're all like sharp teeth and clawed, basically like mindless feral zombies. And they move fast and they jump fast and they flip around and they just rip pieces out of them, bite into them, scratch them, but they let them go because they're having too much fun. And finally, as they all corner him, and he's like, "You fucking animals," Grimdark says, "Really? You'd say that to your own kid?" He's like, "What?" "Yeah. Each of the crows are a version of James Gordon's son."
Oh.
So now he's having a freak out until a bullet goes through one of their heads. And he hears from his actual son, "They're not me, Dad. I'm right here." So, father and son make it out, and Batman is on the way to try and grab them, but he has to go through all these guards, and he's trying to say, "I'm the Batman. I'm the Batman." So he ends up grabbing the body of old Bruce Wayne, knowing he's wearing Kevlar, because if he was a warden, he would wear Kevlar, and he's getting shocked and appalled by the way he can think about himself in all these other multiverses, because he sees himself in these multiverses, sees himself happy with a family, surrounded by loved ones, as a entrepreneur, as a philanthropist, as a mayor, and each one of them are happier than he is as he is right now because of the choices they made, and it's tearing him up inside. But he can't think about that right now. He has to keep going. The Batman Who Laughs has to be stopped. So he hoists his old man Bruce Wayne onto his back and uses him as a human shield with his Kevlar suit to get further away from the guards. But a bullet hits him in the leg, and a bullet hits him in the side, and it goes through his armor, and he falls down as the body disintegrates like all the other bodies have who are not meant to be in this world. And the guards come around him, and finally, all that's left from that Bruce is his head. And Bruce Wayne turns to him and says, "Ramirez, how's your dad doing?" The guard stops. What? Yeah, your dad. He's in Gotham Hospital, 4th floor, room 482. Isn't that right? Oh yeah, Marco. Is that fire escape outside your window still giving you nightmares? Connors. He just starts listing their names and listing their addresses and listing their fears, listing their family. He says, "I told you to leave me to my job, or one day I'm not going to be nice. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to walk out of here, and you're not going to fucking stop me. If one of you even tries, I'll come for you. Maybe not today, maybe not this month, maybe not even in this year, but one day I'll come for you and everything you loves, because I," as he stands up, holding the bloody head, "am the Batman who laughs." And he walks away. And he feels it. He's slipping. He's slipping, and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to catch himself. But he doesn't have time for that. There is no time. You have to stop this. You have to stop the villain. His willpower is one of the things that makes Bruce as good as he is. This man will go up against gods, demigods, superhero people he has no business fighting, people who with one hit can destroy him. The man has on multiple occasions faced down a tirading Superman and said, "Fuck it, I got it." So even while he himself is tearing to pieces, he refuses to let his city fall. So he grabs Gordon and they run away. Because the major thing about this failsafe that he wants to activate is that it's a two-party failsafe. One is his voice that he needs to activate, his voice, his handprint, and the other one is James Gordon's. So he gets to the Batcave and he gets Gordon to activate his part. So then they're like, "It's amazing that we were able to get out of Blackgate alive. He's been one step ahead of us this whole time. Finally, some good luck." And Batman stops on his way to activate it. He says, "Yeah, that was some good luck. That was impossibly good luck. You were dead to rights, Jim. I should have been dead. We all should be dead right now, but we're here because this is what he wanted." Incoming transmission. And here's a hologram of the actual Batman Who Laughs. "Bravo, you finally got there. I was hoping you would. I hope I timed this right. So, yes, I wanted you here. And there's a reason for that there, Batsy. Because I need this failsafe active. You see, your failsafe, I understand. It rips up all the bridges that leads into Gotham, which, if you didn't know, is basically Manhattan. Takes all the tunnels down and fills it ready to be indoctrinated with the Joker antidote, which of course you know won't work, but shouldn't help. But we should help some of the chaos that's already happening. You need this as well as I do. I want this to be our little bastion, our little fortress of solitude, if you will, so that you and I can have our final fight. So bring it, Bat. Activate it. Trap all these souls in here with you and I, and let's see how fast we can make them die." Batman's hearing this. and he's still inching towards the control panel. Jim and James are like, what the fuck's going on? Batman, he wants you to do this. Don't do what he wants you to do. And Batman's like, no, he's right. This is the way. And everyone thinks that they've lost him. They're trying to physically stop him. Alfred's trying to physically stop him. And all the just hovering over him is the hologram saying, come on, Bats. You're almost there. A little bit more like me every step. Come on. Let's play. So Batman fell safe. Gotham's in lockdown. Batman just betrayed his entire. So now we're in a situation. Batman just betrayed everyone. And the only 4 people left are Alfred, who thinks his master has gone too far, James Gordon, who's beaten and battered and almost naked, his son, who is a homicidal maniac, who isn't even that right now, thanks to the drugs pulling through his system, keeping him sane, and probably the second coming of the Batman Who Laughs. So James Gordon goes, what have you done? Batman turns to him and says, I don't care if you agree with me or not, but that doesn't change the fact that I need your help to save this city. There's a reason he wanted the failsafe open, because he couldn't do it himself. He needed us to activate it so he could hack in. But for right now, it's still ours, which means we still have time to beat him. I can't do it alone, Jim. I need you with me. He gives James Gordon and his son access to the armory and the advanced Batman outfits, most of them looking much like Batman Beyond, while he goes off to try and fight the Batman Who Laughs. Batman Who Laughs needs one more Bruce. He needs the happiest possible Bruce he can to finish his serum to be able to poison the Gotham water supply. And he thinks he found it. He's sitting on a building with a sniper rifle pointed down Crime Alley as his eyes narrow down on one more Bruce. This particular Bruce is in a wheelchair, surrounded by his adoptive superhero family, the Bat family, all in their normal suits as he does a final memorial to his parents now that they have cleaned the city of crime and they can all hang up their cows. And he's like, there you are. He uses the power to drag that Bruce into our world, and he's about to fire his rifle at him when over the comm he hears, hello, Bruce. Hello, Bruce. Good to see you, old buddy. 1 second, I have to make this shot. Yeah, about that. You don't get that one. And all of a sudden, that old man Bruce in a wheelchair disappears back into his timeline as the gun fires and misses. What are you doing there? I'm closing every rift, every last one, so that you have no other Bruces to live. That doesn't work that way. If you close a rift, the other rifts become more powerful. All you'll do is make a super rift that can rip anyone out. You're right. So come and find it. You know where it is. He loves Rift at Wayne Manor. While this is happening, James Gordon and his son are having a knockdown, drag-out fight with the Grim Dark Knight, and it's very much just destructive. They are fighting over the reservoir. Grim Dark Knight is trying to do drop the poison in, and both Gordons are fighting their best, but they can't seem to beat him. This is still a Batman, and one Batman is still enough to fight any number of men. So all of a sudden, the Batman Who Laughs steps foot on Wayne Manor, looking at the other Batman. Our Batman radios to Alfred. What's the percentage? You have 5% left, sir. If you go into this fight, the adrenaline surge will put you over and you'll be him. I know. When this is over, make sure you stay away. You really think if you go down, sir, I would not come and kill that monster myself? I didn't say stay away from him. As he takes off the visor for the first time in days, and he goes to fight himself. Standing there with his Bat-A-Chain. The Batman who laughs says, I don't see how this game plays out. Either you fight me and you become me, or you don't fight me and I win either way. How does this work for you? It's simple. You're not going to be fighting me. You're going to be coming after him. Batman snaps his fingers, and in walks in a young Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's first memory is of playing with his parents on the Wayne Manor's lawn, and he brought that Wayne into existence. The happiest Wayne. So, you
can-
from
Oh, I was gonna ask
uh
you first.
Mikey just asked, are you from Racine, Misery? Which I can answer, yes, she is. She actually played down at the lounge with me and plays D&D. And you were saying?
Oh, and I'm also I can't speak. On Saturdays and Sundays, I'm also at the farmers market that's across from Horlick High School. So
Wait, there's a farmer's market?
yes, they opened up back in September. Yeah, September 19th was the grand opening, and I've been selling there every weekend since then. I'm actually right by the entrance. Got Batman masks. Hey, I thought it fits.
Hey, make a Joker smile mask. I bet you would get some.
You know
Did
what?
you go to
I
Horlick?
No, I moved to Racine about like 3 years ago. I used to go to school in a small town called Reedsburg. It's over by the Dells.
We might have mutual friends, Lal, but I think that was before you answered that you didn't go to Horlick, because I think he did go to Horlick.
Okay. How does the smile look? I feel like it's off, but then again, if you look at the image, it is off, kind of thing.
Okay, zoom out.
Yeah.
No, zoom out.
It's been zoomed out, or is it still not zoomed out enough?
I can't see the whole picture.
Like zoom out more?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and there is a delay on the video. I'm realizing you're on the stream.
Yeah, not on the
It,
Discord one. Because you wanted me to be able to read comments. I may or may not have looked on your Instagram, Lau. We definitely have mutual friends, Lau. Mikey is stalking you now.
it won't be the first stalker.
Alright, so the smile is slightly off, but I
Okay.
think it's an easy fix.
I'm like,
I think I know what we need to do, but again, this is your baby, not mine. I just have an idea.
okay, what's your idea? Zoomed in.
So the smile is off because it's just the lips.
Okay.
You may need to add teeth and gums.
Okay.
Because that's kind of what makes his smile so dangerous. Because while the Joker's smile is strictly teeth, his smile is teeth and gums, which is just like, ugh. Mikey would like to know, he is not a stalker. Her Insta is on stream. Why would you want? What do you want me to do?
It's true. It's all business. Like information on the stream.
True that. So
And you could check out the Discord. If you click the updates in the Discord, it will notify you every time I go live.
So, our final fight on the Wayne Manor. Kid Wayne is running away. Mikey says, exactly. So, Kid Wayne is running away, hiding behind tombstones because, of course, this is close to where the graves are. Batman and Batman Who Laughs are fighting their hardest, and every step, every move, Batman is getting closer and closer to what the Batman Who Laughs wants him to be. And finally, it tips the edge. He's seeing things. Even without the visor, he's seeing dangerous, deadly things, hallucinations everywhere, and something snaps. And he starts laughing, and laughing. And the Batman Who Laughs smiles and laughs at them. You see, you did exactly what I wanted. You brought me the happiest Wayne, as he shoves down our Batman and stabs him in the chest. A Wayne who's given up all his morals. A Wayne who's given up on all his so-called honor. One free to think of all the horrible things he can do. Welcome to the party, my boy. Taking the blood sample, he pulls it out and sees that it's gone red. He says, and with that, you are me. You're a Batman who laughs. But, as he pulls out a submachine gun and points it at Batman, there can be only one, my boy. And he cackles as he turns the gun on himself. Do me proud. Kill them all. Our Batman looks up and says, sure thing, brother. Batman Who Laughs pauses and shoots our Batman in the chest because he said bullshit. What the hell do you mean it didn't work? He looks at his machine and yeah, it goes back to green. I thought you had me there. You were so close. You should be me by now. Why are you not me? Batman continues fighting him. So finally, he breaks Batman's rib and goes off for the boy. If he can't get the happiest Batman, he can get the next best thing and finish his serum. Mind you, in this time, Jim Gordon is down. His suit disarmored thanks to the Grim Dark's technology. He's using a knife he made for the first Jim Gordon, and he is cutting him to ribbons. His son is watching on helpless as the Grim Knight has been telling him, you see, he never truly loved you anymore, boy. He's only been playing the part. He knows that you're too dangerous to ever be let out of your holding cell. You think that you're going to be a family again? You're nothing more than a useful puppet right now. He'll toss you back in that cell as soon as we're done here. So how about you make it worth it? In this man with me. Kill your good old daddy. Jim Gordon looks over at his son. He sees the hate in his eyes. He knows what's going to happen. And all he says is, son, I love you. His son walks over to him, knife in hand, and says, I love you too, Dad. And stabs Grimdark in the back, because don't ever turn your back on a psychopath. So, Grimdark drops Jim into the water. The water that's already been polluted. And he says, fine then, Jim. If you won't die that way, at least you could die with a smile on your face. As he gut punches him and starts choking him under the water, kicks away the sun, and is trying to get Jim to open up his mouth. Just let a little bit of Joker in. Up top, this particular this particular Batman Who Laughs is hunting the little boy. Don't be alarmed. I'm a friend, I promise. This knife is a toy. We're gonna play toy. All of a sudden, from behind the shadows of one of the tombstones that the boy is hiding behind, in comes the last defense of Wayne Manor, which everyone knows is Alfred with a fucking shotgun. And he starts unloading into the Batman Who Laughs, which, as we know, does not exactly go as planned. He's missing about 5 or 6 shells. So the Batman last gets up, ready to kill Alfred one more good time. He gets slammed in the back by Batman, who's still teetering on the edge as he grabs his mother's tombstone and starts beating the Batman Who Laughs to death, activating the defense system that shoots bayonets and javelins into his body and electrifies the Zillow as he's cackling as he beats him to death with a tombstone. Says, this feeling is amazing. Everyone should feel this. Everyone! As he raises it for the final blow, Alfred's pleading with him to stop, and all of a sudden everyone hears a gun cock. And they turn to see the Joker standing in his fighter. He says, "Oh, Batsy, you're welcome." And he shoots. We cut to the metal visor that the Batman Who Laughs melting in the furnace. Batman is hobbling along. Jagged teeth. The teeth are jagged as hell.
Oh no! Wrong reference picture. Okay.
Wait, which reference picture are you using?
It's not on my computer. I'm gonna.
Hold on. I will look up a new one. Hold on.
Okay.
Batman Who Laughs.
I literally have my phone in my left hand, and I'm just trying to draw teeth off of that.
Oh, they're not jagged. They looked jagged in one of the other pictures because you get different artists and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, this one looks jagged as fuck, but that one no. Most of them are just normal teeth. Yeah, so let's go with the normal teeth. I like your plan. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing
Okay.
what you're doing. So,
Hey, this is the first time I'm drawing teeth.
holy shit, there's a game for this? I will totally buy that game. So, vectors. So, don't forget to save. These teeth look like a pain to do over to have to do over. Mikey got your back.
Got it. Saving now. Thank you.
So, Batman watching the inf metal burn and melt. As he says, it's amazing that I was able to last that long against the Joker toxin. And Alfred says, it just shows how much will you have in you, my boy. I'm so proud of you. He says, I don't think that's actually true this time, Alfred. What do you mean, sir? The Joker. He didn't want the Batman to win any more than we did. I think he modified his Joker toxin to give me all the time he could to make sure I could stop him. So in essence, Batman and the Joker teamed up to save Gotham. To save the world, really. Save multiverse. Gordon is walking with his son back to Blackgate. And his son says, I'm ready to go back to my cell. I know you can't really let me out. He's like, on the contrary, pull some strings. You won't be going back to Blackgate. You're going to be on a type of parole in a different facility. much nicer facility where you can be a little bit more free. You've saved the city. It should be paid back to you. And he hugs his son. As he walks outside in the rain, Jim Gordon's officer who he passes says, "Hey, sir, you look a little pale. You feeling all right?" Jim Gordon nods, lights up a cigarette, and is walking down the street as he removes his glasses and shows the red glowing eyes, the paling skin, and the words, "Never better." That was the first time. Well, the second time. The Batman Who Laughs went up against ours. Holy shit. Whoa. That. Look, wait.
What?
Actually, no. Go back a little bit.
Go back?
Yep, a little bit.
Wait, where
A
back?
little bit more. Here. Okay. That position you have right now.
Okay, my hands have been off the screen, so there's still the lag. Or
Okay,
not
okay.
lag, delay. My hands are still off the
No.
screen.
Yeah, no. That position you have them in right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is the pen moving at all on your screen?
You're cleaning up the lines.
Okay.
And your lines are, you just fixed the front teeth. So yeah, I thought you were going past the point where it looked perfect, and I was like, no. And then you fixed it. I was like, yeah. So you already were doing what you were supposed to do. I will shut up now.
So did the pen stop moving, or is it still going?
Pen stop moving.
Okay. So I guess it's caught up to when I pulled the pen off the page?
Yep.
Okay.
By the way, Mikey, this getting hung up in my room. So that's the story of the Batman Who Laughs. But Batman Who Laughs continues on into the infection storyline, where Batman and Superman are going up against 6 infected individuals that get infected with the Batman Who Laughs Joker toxin. And it's some shit. But yeah, he's a amazing villain. And he's the kind of villain that you feel like you're worried. Like, there aren't a lot of villains that make a comic reader worried, because the guys always usually win at the end. But you get worried when you see him on the screen. It's not oh, he's gonna get stopped. It's how the fuck are we gonna survive this? Like, imagine the end of Infinity Wars. Did you watch it?
No, I never got to that part yet. I am currently, so we're watching chronological order, so we're at like Iron Man 3 right now.
Ah, okay. I had to figure out in order where the fuck that was.
Okay, so I'm erasing it. Zoomed out, I'm like, nope. I remember listening, the more gaps that you have in the teeth and the more like intensify you do on the lines of the teeth, the more unsettling it makes the character.
Oh yeah.
I'm like trying to apply that. Now I feel like after you use that version of white, his skin looks kind of purple. It could be because I was zoomed in for too long staring at it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think so far?
The Joker's teeth is always supposed to be kind of yellowy in comparison. So the white of his skin is the right kind of white, and the teeth are supposed to pop out. It's supposed to draw your eye to the smile.
Okay. I know like human teeth are naturally a tint of yellow. It's actually really unnatural for them to be white, like pure white.
Maggie says he loves it.
Awesome. Oh no. Did you have to go at 4:30?
Um, when I had to go to work, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Forgot about that earlier.
No, you're good.
Cause I'm like looking over at the reference picture and I was like, oh no, 4:37. I don't want to get you in trouble. Are there any edits that you can think of for this? Oh,
Looking at it, and honestly, it's fucking well. I don't know how we'll get it though.
what do you mean?
His legs. Like you did such good work on his legs, and we can't really see the kick up knee area. Hmm.
That layer. Label this layer for once. Entire straight mouth.
Ooh. Okay. I
Yes.
thought of two ideas. We can see which one you like better.
Okay.
Idea number one. We outline his legs in something.
Okay.
I don't know what we could do since we're already working with a black. Like blue or purple maybe wouldn't be that striking, but then would it still be seen? Idea number two is blood spatter on the legs.
Ooh. I thought you were going to say to make the inside of his cloak to be like a different color to verify that was the inside of the cloak. But the blood
Yes,
splatter
Maggie, she's the
idea.
one I asked to do the Red Lantern picture for you.
Does this blood splatter look familiar? I like the blood splatter idea. Oh, I wanted to ask. So along his fingers, where's that reference picture? I have it on this file.
He does have like jagged fucking nails for some reason.
So, oh, he has black nail polish. I didn't see that before. Or at least this version of him does. I was gonna ask if I should do like a gradient red on his fingers.
That could work.
I thought that was kind of cool, and I wasn't sure if you wanted that in there.
Uh,
Hmm.
After you said, "Hey, you're the one who asked if you were the one who did the Red Lantern picture," you said, "No, really, I love that thing."
Oh, thank you.
See, he was already a fan of your work.
Just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
See. open that layer up. Open up the sketch layer and getting rid of the black layer. Sketch layer not showing. Oh, I moved the chair layer. Well, sketch layer gets to be on top now.
Yes, it is a small world, Mikey Common.
Find the blood tool. Sounds weird. Blood tool.
Yeah, retool is a blood tool if you use it right. Yeah, see, I thought the knee was going the other direction because I couldn't see his legs. How do we keep the legs? Like, all the detail on it was so fucking amazing. You want to keep that. By the way, good work on the legs.
Ew.
I just seen her signature at the bottom of the work, and I was like, wait a minute, Mikey.
Okay. I feel like kind of like I don't know.
We'd have to see it with the black on it to make that decision, I think.
From this angle, it kind of just looks like speckled leggings.
Mm.
Uh,
The only other idea I have is outline the legs with the same yellow as you did his cape.
actually, I'm gonna test something out.
By all means.
It's these. Shh.
Oh, I do have a little bit more of a story to tell, though.
Do you?
So, Batman and Superman agree to lock up the Batman Who Laughs. And Jim Gordon comes to them saying that there is a problem. A boy has gone missing from his parents, and they need to help find him. So, they both go in search, and they find the Batman Who Laughs old lair, including statues of all of his of some of his kills, his equipment, his knives, and even a statue replicas of his crows. So as they go to the cage happens to be empty. They don't know what's going on until Superman notices one of the crows move. So the crow leaps out at Batman, knocking him over on the side because he hadn't seen it because, spot checks are real. And Superman grabs the kid and he says, "Who are you?" And the kid says, Don't you recognize me? Please, you have to help me. I'm Billy Batson." I watch a lot of streamers, but this is far more interesting aspect, which is a good thing, and I love it. Mikey.
Like, as in because story time? Definitely more interesting story time.
So, for those of you who do not know who Billy Batson is Captain Marvel. He is a kid gifted with the powers of gods to turn into basically a magical version of Superman by whenever he says this word. So they look and they realize who it is. They're like, "Oh shit." And then he smiles at them and says, "Shazam!" Now, anyone who wants to can look up the Shazam Who Laughs and see the difference. It's rather striking. So now they're fighting a magical version of Superman who can shoot lightning and is also evil incarnate version. So they're fighting. Superman's doing his best to try and keep him down. And Batman keeps throwing batarangs. He's like, "Are you throwing toys at me? I have freaking superpowers!" So Superman is doing his best, but he's starting to get beat up because right before Superman knocks the shit out of him. Way more engaging, lol. Granted, my best friend is narrating the story, but that's just a different kind of stream. Never watched how art is formed from scratch. Ooh, that is a wonderful way of doing that, Mandy. Missouri.
You're all good. I thought if I can show like the outlines of the wrinkles that would be interesting. It gives forgot what the
More
right
depth.
word.
More depth.
True.
So, the kid, Captain Marvel's about to get knocked the fuck out. And he says, "Shazam!" And he turns back into a 12-year-old kid. "Superman, please, you have to help me. You have to find my family." Superman calms down. The rage leaves his eyes. His eyes go back to normal colors. He says, "Don't worry. We'll help you." And the kid leans in and says, "You fucking idiot. Shazam!" And drops him with a lightning bolt. So then he grabs Superman by one hand and picks up a batarang with the S symbol on it. "See, that might have been mean, and you might think it's dirty, but don't worry. Once I stab you with Batman's Batman's toy right here, we're gonna be the best of pals. He made it specially for you." So as he's about to inject the Batman Who Laughs Joker toxin into Superman, creating one just like him, all of a sudden everyone hears a loud pitch whine as they turn to see the Batman Who Laughs Batplane hurtling in as Batman says over the comms, "This thing's got some nice speed on it." And slams it into Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel stands there, lets go of Superman, and says, "Was that supposed to hurt? You call this a weapon?" And Batman pops the cockpit, using the momentum to fly straight into him, and says, "Yeah, that's just the delivery system. I'm always the weapon." And he took the kunai labeled for Captain Marvel and stabs him in the chest with it because he knows it will penetrate since it was made for him. So, Captain Marvel gets hit with it. It instantly makes him say Shazam, and they both fall. So then the kid goes like, "No problem, Shazam!" Turns back into Captain Marvel, and the lightning bolt hits Batman as it goes. And he turns to Superman and says, "Well, Superman, same choice as always. Either keep fighting me, or let the button, or save your friend. Come on, we know this is a no-brainer." As Superman punches Captain Marvel. Batman wakes up, tube in his mouth, in a crystal, and he starts yelling and smashes out of the crystal, pulls the tube out of his throat. As the machine comes over, it's like, "Master Bruce, you are not supposed to be out of your containment cell yet. You must go back in and heal." And he smashes the robot, saying, "Where is he?" Superman flies down and says he got away. "You let him get away?" "Well, it was either that or save you." "I don't matter. You don't matter. If they get out, they will destroy the multiverse. Don't you understand this? Is why we hid this from the Justice League." He says, "Calm down, Bruce. We have time. We have the batarangs that can poison me and Captain Marvel in safe lock and key. So, we need to find out who else has been infected. And the only way to do that is to talk to him." Batman says, "Very well, but he's not going to just talk to us. Then we'll have to try something a little bit more drastic. Are you sure you're ready for it?" "Yeah." Next thing you see is Batman Who Laughs in basically what looks like a fishbowl with electrodes holding him in suspended animation. As all of a sudden the doors to his cell break open, and flying in is a Jokerized Superman. As he looks down at him and breaks open the chest, Batman Who Laughs cackles and says, "The world's finest, back at it again." Batman watches from the monitor beam as Superman tries to play the part of the Jokerized Venom, letting it course a little bit through his body without letting it fully take over, so that he can control it and get this Jokerized Batman to talk. So he's like, "Let's get out of here." "No, not yet. We're in the Hall of Justice, right? Then let's go get the armory." So as he goes up, he says, "Look at all these wonderful toys. You know, I always tried to convince my Superman that we needed to collect all of them. Mostly I just wanted to study them to see if they were useful against any of them. It's always nice to trust oneself, isn't it, Soups?" "So what about it? We go upstairs, kill all of the little Justice League and Titans in the building?" Batman nods. "Doing good, Clark. Just keep it up." He's like, "No. No, not yet. Not the plan. What is the plan?" "Oh, well, that's the simplest bit. I'm going to Jokerize all of the world. Every last one. And I'm going to make them tear themselves apart. Just like I had you tear apart your Lois and your John on my planet. It was a right laugh. Loved it." Superman staring at him. The smile goes away, and then it returns as he slams into the Batman Who Laughs, and starts trying to beat him to death. And the laughter is like, "There you go, Soups. Let it all out. Give me your best shot." Batman drops from the sky, stabbing Superman in the side with kryptonite, and activates the defense mechanisms of the tower, pulling both of them away. And he says, "And we're not letting this madman go free." And Batman Who Laughs goes, "I know you're not. I haven't even left my cell, have I? That weird problem with hard light holograms always smelled the same way. Almost like ozone in a fart. I haven't even left my cell, have I?" So, cuts to he is still back in the cell. Superman is Jokerized, but not all the way, just a bit. And he says, "Look, Batsy, you tried and you failed. I can appreciate the attempt. Hell, I probably would have tried the same thing, which is why it didn't work. What, you thought I was going to put a bat signal in the sky to let you know who I turned? Get out of here with that." So, he takes Superman away and activates Sunspot Protocol, locking Superman in a jail full of nothing but yellow sun. The yellow sun's helping him fight off the toxin. He says, "Wait, we need to figure out who he took." He says he already told us. As Batman goes racing back to Gotham and slams into an armored police car that Jim Gordon is driving. Well, damn, he finally figured it out. So now, Batman is trying to convince Gordon that he can get help. They can help him find a cure for the Jokerized toxin. He can be back to himself. He's like, "Why would I want that? I finally see after all these years what you have been treating me with. You don't think I'm a friend. You leave every middle of the damn conversation. So how about this? This time I leave you in the middle of a conversation." As he activates a button, and out comes a specialized bat suit Batman had built for Gordon long ago, back when it was the Batman protocol dictated that Gordon needed a suit to protect the city, because Batman was out of commission because of his back. This bat suit is basically an armored bat drone that shoots out batarangs and bullets and everything. Batman's trying to dodge all of it, but he can't. He's about to get hit with a hail of batarangs as all of a sudden, in blue and red, Superman steps in the way and starts fighting the machine. "What are you doing out of your cell? You really think I was going to make you go up against this alone?" Sometimes it's always good to have friends.
How's that look? Might take a moment for it to zoom out all the way.
Zoom, 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 zoom. I want you in my room, and I can be forever. And I won't forget. Oh, that's good. That's real good. Like it doesn't hurt the eyes. It still gives the feeling of like, he's just did a lot of killing. At the same time, it gives his whole body an accent.
I should spread out the symbols a little bit more.
Yeah, you do have a little bit more floor space now. The only thing is, I can't think of other symbols that would be. Oh, Shazam. But Shazam's just a lightning bolt. Shazam would have been on there. The super thing for Supergirl. Batman doesn't have one. Hawkman. Hmm. Yeah, just go for a spread.
Eric.
Hmm. So yeah, I very much appreciate comic books and everything about them.
Hear the motorcycles outside?
I can hear them faintly,
Okay.
like very faint.
Can't think of anything else to like add on or to draw.
No reason. It is finished.
Hey, do you know how long we've been going?
3 hours, 1 minute, and 18 seconds.
Well, you got the exact time.
Uh-huh. It looks amazing. Thank you very much, Misery.
Definitely posting this to the Discord later today.
Excellent. When should I get it?
I haven't done a poster from this size yet, so I will send it to the company after this call, and then they will print it up and then they ship it out straight to you. And I'll make sure to make have tracking in the email for it. Yes, it is saved. I saved it.
Save.
Also
You also
posted
want
on
me to
it.
post it?
Yes. I will post it all over social media. That is one thing I need to get used to doing, is posting all the commissions I do. I tend to forget to post them.
So, now that you know more about this particular character, do you feel him in the art now?
Yes. I felt like
Anytime you need.
I felt like the red outlining would be good for like the intensifying.
He is rather intense.
Thank you so much for being part of the stream, and if you
Thank you for
ever
having me.
and if you'd be interested, you can always do this again in the future.
Well, you definitely got me for the next